Welcome back to bazookatraining.com. Today's episode, powered by Hayabusa, is the 3 best footwork drills you need to practice and perfect. All right, in today's episode, I'm giving you the 3 most important footwork drills you should be practicing, whether you're at the home or the gym. But these footwork drills are gonna help translate into your fights, okay? This is why we gotta practice them. Now, there's some of them you may have heard from the channel, but some of them I'm gonna introduce very new to you, okay? So, let's start with my first and the ultimate one that you should be practicing, and that's our triangle step. Now, in order to practice the triangle step, I'm going to have Matt demo for us, but you need one central object. Sometimes it could be a bag, it can be a cone, and even here in Bazooka, we put a glove down just to have a reference. So this is a stationary opponent for you, okay? So now the idea is you can throw any combinations. It's not the combination that we're worried about, it's the movement and the exiting and the entering, okay? So this one here, the triangle step, around a stationary target, right? So the first thing is you see the attack coming in, that's your enter. Then you build in your exit, and then you have a neutral stance to help you change angles. Now, why do we teach this? It teaches it teaches you to come in and come out. Now, that's so important in fighting because that's your attack and evade. You have to be able to come in and come out, all right? So that's why. The second thing the triangle step does for you is it lets you attack on an angle and exit on an angle. We all know entering and exiting on straight lines become dangerous. So you get to go left and you can go right. Now, even on the exit, after you enter, you can gallop out before you get into your neutral stance, or you can come right into the neutral stance, right? It all depends on the amount of distance you want from your opponent. If you want a little bit more distance, right, gallop out first, then step neutral, then you can go left or right, right? Now, the reason why we go to this neutral stance, the question is like, well, you never want to be a neutral stance because you're square to your opponent. I hate that when people say that because when we exit out, I'm out of range. You can try to hit me, you can kick me, but you're going to miss me. When you're out of range, you can be in any position you want. So we get out, we circle, and we go. Now, why I like the neutral stance with these drills, it's very difficult to move fast in your traditional stance. You're able to move quicker, faster, and more efficiently by having this neutral stance to be able to move faster, okay? That's why we use that footwork. Now, again, you could enter with some gallop stepping forward and backwards, okay? Or you can step out right away. That depends on you, okay? So that is the number one you should work on. Triangle step, okay? Enter, exiting with good laterals, right? Very important. Now, one tip I want to give you while we do it, when you exit, if you punch, back foot always likes to go. Now, even when I kick, right, I jab, I kick, my back foot pulls out nice and far to stay out of range, right? So say I low kick Matt, and then he tries to kick me back, right? See how I pull this back foot out, and then I step. Now I'm out of range for kicks or punches. So make sure you build in that back step exit to help you evade a little bit more effectively. Okay? Now, the second one I like to use is called my T-line drill. So now you're going to need 3 cones or objects. As you can see, this is the straight line and then the lateral line, okay? So that's our T. So with the importance of the T-line drill is you work an enter, okay? So Matt's going to enter to the center of the 2 cones, okay? Now, when he gets to the center, he can go left, and then he can travel right, okay? And then he goes back to the center and then backs out, okay? So you're entering, your opponent moves a direction, you track them, okay? So now, the language behind this T-line drill, okay, is entering, okay? Then you are lateral tracking left, or you lateral track right, okay? So that's the idea, and improving that footwork, okay? Now, like I just mentioned in the first one, if someone is moving left or right fast, that's when you use the neutral stance, okay? So you'll enter. If you want to move fast, you're neutral, okay? If you want to go slower, more calculated, you can stay in your stance, okay? So it all depends on how fast you're moving. So kind of visualize that. Sometimes go faster, sometimes go slower. Now, when we do go for the neutral stance shuffle. You'll see here, okay, I'm here. Now what I want to make sure is I pull my back foot before I track, okay? I don't want to get caught in mid-range. That's why stepping out before, making sure you manage your distance before you move laterally, because when you're moving laterally, you still have to be careful for the counter shot, okay? Now, one way you can add to these footwork drills is as Matt enters, right, to my center here, he's going to throw a combination, okay? Then he's going to go left or right, throw another combination. Boom, come here, can throw another combination. Comes in, exits back, okay? So you can see now we're adding combinations and strikes, right? Staying in front. Now, if this drill was going to be live, right, it happens here. We start here. Matt wants to push me. You visualize these two cones here as being the rings or the cage, so your opponent can't move backwards from there. So Matt brings me to the ropes. I'm stuck. Now, depending on the direction, he goes and he attacks me. Then I don't like this way, I circle this way. He attacks me. Then I come forward to attack. He moves backward, he evades. And then he pushes me again. I hit the ropes, I circle. I get attacked. I move over here. All right, so now you're really learning to be a pressure fighter in this T-line drill, okay? So you can see how it's very important. You can add strikes and all of that stuff. Now, if you're one of my more advanced followers, right, when we do this drill, okay, Matt uses some shifting, okay? We use shifting to close distance, okay? And then we know how to attack. Now, even on the exit, we can use back step attacking or forward, okay? So this is where these three drills can be adapted to your level, right? Beginner, stay in your traditional stance. As you get more advanced, play with the shifts, play with the different stances, play with the different combinations, okay? So there's a lot more to lateral tracking, but just understand that's the footwork. You've backed your opponent against the cage or the ropes, and then you're tracking them left or right, and then evading, right? Putting the footwork in a system, as you can tell, is extremely, extremely important, okay? Now, the last one we're gonna do, okay, is you wanna have basically 4 cones to the drill. Now, with this drill, right, what I need everyone to do is, it's a box now. So we went from one stationary cone to a T-line, more of like a triangle T, and now we have a box, okay? So with the box, you're gonna find the similar concept to what we did before, okay? So Matt's gonna start on one cone. He's gonna enter, okay? Attack on this cone, lateral track, okay? To the next cone, attack here, evade to the back corner, okay? He could attack this way and then move over, right? So now he's using a box style of attacking. Now, what I want from Matt is always to change directions, all right? The last thing you want to do is keep in the same circle. Every so often, it doesn't matter what cone you're on, but depending on the cone, change the direction. You might change directions from this cone, that cone, but you're playing in, out, lateral, exit. It's a little bit more fight realistic. I like that, even forward, backwards, maybe left, right, keep going. Playing with different tactics. Right? We're adding the shifting, the lateral tracking. So using this box is a little bit of a system just to help you really think it through. Now, a lot of times you see footwork drills, but when you do your footwork drills, it's so important to visualize what you're doing, okay? Don't just do the footwork drill, visualize, okay? I'm just off of the cage, coming in. Now I close my opponent there. Now I track them with pressure. They get aggressive, right? So Matt's gonna move backwards now because he wants to evade. He counters, staying long. Then he decides maybe to pressure again. So when you do these drills, what I'm trying to say to you is talk yourself through the different drills, right? Talk yourself, oh, okay, now you're gonna move this way. You move this way. Oh, you wanna attack me. So create little scenarios, create little fights in your head, and then this way it makes sense to what you're doing, okay? So 3 of the best footwork drills for you to practice, okay? Triangle stepping, T-line, and our box here is all gonna help you practice the footwork, okay? I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you head over to bazookatraining.com where you can get these drills at more in-depth detail, right? And it's only $9.99 a month, right? So you get 4 videos, which include a lot of footwork, bag drills, home drills, sparring tutorials, okay, drills. So head over to bazookatraining.com. Make sure you give a shout out to Hayabusa by heading over to Hayabusa Fight. Check out their gears, the T3s, my personal favorite. And we have Perfect Sports Nutrition, right? With the code Bazooka 20, get 20% off your supplements for the new year and start on a healthy way. All right, we'll see you next time here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Welcome to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA online training. I'm Bazooka Joe Valtellini, the owner here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Over the past year, I've designed and created a website to teach Bazooka curriculum at home and across the world. The purpose of this website is for you to, one, hit your fitness and health goals, all while learning world-class martial arts instruction from me. The beautiful thing about this website, it's geared for all levels. So if you're learning martial arts for the first time as a beginner, we help you progress into the bigger stages. And if you're a pro fighter, guess what? We have different fight concepts for you to improve your tool set and your skills in the ring or cage. As the fastest rising kickboxing world champion and a lifelong martial artist with over 30 years of experience, I've been able to combine my passion for martial arts and teaching to create this website. This website's gonna give you some of the tricks, secrets, and inside look at some of the training I use to win my world title. Once you subscribe to this site, you're gonna be getting weekly training videos and tutorials that you can do from anywhere. The sections are broken up into 3 parts. The first is bag workout. So if you have a bag at home or at your gym, you can use these workouts to supplement your training. The second is at-home workouts. A lot of us don't have the room for a bag or a bag in general, so these workouts are for no equipment needed and you can do them anywhere. And finally, the tutorial section. If you're having any problems with a specific technique or fight concept that's covered in any of the workouts, go to the tutorial section, learn the technique, and then go back to the workout, and this time, do it with proper technique. One of the added benefits once you subscribe is the forums section, where you can get a more personalized experience where you can ask questions and I'll be able to go in there and answer them. It's all about building a team and a community of martial artists helping each other grow. So subscribe now to get access to all the videos plus more so you can be part of the squad here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.